Senator Ben Bruce, who was a senator that represented Bayelsa State in the past, did a PR video for Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway. And in that video, he enumerated what he termed the benefits of the project. And then he concluded that those who are against the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, that if they are so unhappy about it, that when the road is completed, that they should not use it. That his assertion showed that indeed common sense is not very common. The point that he should have asked himself, why did they start the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway? Why did they start it in Lagos? Why didn't they start it from Calabar? What is wrong with starting it from Calabar? Because they know that it's a phantom project, that they don't even have the capacity to finance it. Even the company they awarded it to don't have the capacity to finance it as a PPP project. Because if high-tech that they gave that job can finance it, why did the Dave Umahi, the Minister of Works, rush to the Federal Executive Council to raise over 1.06 trillion naira to start it from Lagos? And this is for a project in which only 500 million was allocated for it in the Appropriation Act. And Dave Umahi, from what Atiku told us, had initially said that high-tech is going to provide all the money needed to do the job. Then they will recoup their money by tolling the highway. So why did they have to give them such a huge amount of money to start? Because they don't have the capacity to do it. Nigerian government even don't have the capacity. You can see the back and forth between Nigerian government and the Nigerian Labour Congress on ordinary issue that's supposed to have been trashed out by now, minimum wage. That's a country that's embarking on such a gigantic project. In any case, what is the essence of connecting Calabar and Lagos with a super highway? What is the benefit? Let me give you a typical example. Calabar is a port city. Why is the Calabar port underutilized? When was the last time that Calabar port was dredged? Why do you need to connect a port city and another port city? A city that's supposed to be competing with it in terms of marine economy. Because the Calabar port ought to be functioning. The Calabar port ought to be dredged in such a way that businessmen who are living in Aba, who are living in Owerri, will be importing their goods through Calabar port. They didn't think of developing the Calabar port. But Bruce have not asked them why Calabar port is not functioning like Lagos ports. But Bruce have not asked why Sapele port are not working like Lagos ports. But Bruce have not asked why Port Harcourt port is not as functional, as effectively utilized like the Lagos ports. They keep on creating different ports in Lagos, but they neglected Port Harcourt port. They neglected the eastern Nigeria ports, both the Warri and everything. These are the key things they ought to have done if truly they care about economic development of the Niger Delta region. But they are not doing that because that is not in their agenda. The development of Niger Delta and all those coastal routes is not the agenda. They are not concerned, because if they are concerned, the priority should be these things I told you. Develop the eastern ports, and you see the economy of Niger Delta and South states blow to the level that you decongest Lagos. Why should all of us, everybody, be importing things to Nigeria through Lagos? Of what basis? Where has it ever been done in anywhere in the world? A country of 200 million people, with, God bless it, with so many access to the sea. Only Lagos ports are functional. So if really you want to revitalize Calabar, you want to revitalize the economy of Calabar, what is even the trade level between Lagos and Calabar? What is the trade level? Because what you are telling us is that people will now can easily move from Calabar to Lagos. So what? Calabar is a seaport. The seaport is supposed to be effective. Don't forget that Calabar was once the capital of Nigeria before the capital moved to Lagos in 1914. So we are not just talking at random. So if truly Bemori Bruce was sincere to himself, if not that he was just playing PR, doing PR job for Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Dave Umahi and those who conceived the project for whatever reason, he ought to have known that developing the ports of South Nigeria, or the so-called Eastern ports, I think that's the appropriate name, Eastern ports, is far more important for the economic revitalization of Niger Delta and the whole of southeast Nigeria. That is far more important. In fact, if they had put money to dredge and make effective Calabar Port, Airborne Port in Akwa Ibom, and all these ports, so that you can decentralize the process of importation and export in Nigeria, and then you concentrate in completion of the East-West Road, then we know that you are making common sense. But Bemori Bruce apparently playing politics, even though he's of PDP. I have discovered recently that those who are of PDP stock, their party is almost dead. They are among the best of praise singers for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, defending even the indefensible. You are talking about that the 15 trillion naira should be expended in a phantom project that's not likely to move anywhere beyond Lagos, when you should have been campaigning for the revitalization of the eastern ports, so that the economies of all those states he was mentioning in his video. Because if the ports in all those places he was mentioning where the highway will pass through are revitalized, and Calabar is functional as a port, Warri is doing well as a port, and all the ports of eastern Nigeria, they are all functional, the economy of those parts will explode, and there will be less unemployment, less restiveness, and economic activities will increase. As Bemori Bruce used to talk about, is a man of common sense. What he did recently shows that that is not a sign of common sense, because you are just parroting agenda of those who want to just take care of themselves under the guise of fighting for the development of South and development of coastal cities in Nigeria. No, if you are interested, if the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration is interested in improving the economy of the coastal cities in Nigeria, or cities that lie along the coast, sort of revitalize the eastern ports and make sure you complete the east-west road that have been there for years unfinished. If you do that, I can tell you for free, the congestion in Lagos will reduce. And the economies of Niger Delta will open up. It is not just going to be concentration in oil. Okay? Niger Delta will now be open for diversification of economy, import and export. Everything will be moving fine. Then we know you are sincere. So, the Mori Brews and those who are talking about common sense, this developing the eastern ports and doing the east-west road will bring far more development than whatever they are imagining will emerge from the so-called Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway, which at the end of the day will see one day the truth will come out about that project. It will. When Abacha was alive, would he have believed that we will find out so many things we found out now about his running of the country? That is how it's going to be with this administration. We'll eventually find out, and people will realize that it doesn't make any common sense for you to connect two coastal cities, Calabar and Lagos. For what purpose? What is the purpose? So you don't want things to be imported through Calabar Port. So when they import it in Calabar Port, so Calabar people will drive to Lagos and go and pick it. When the port is at their backyard, and you don't want that port to be developed. So you want you say how short, they talk about shortening the distance between Calabar and what's the business? Because Calabar and Lagos can offer the same services. If the Calabar port is functioning well, many things will be imported from it. So why would somebody living in Calabar be going to Lagos to go and pick his goods? If you're talking about tourism, Lagos being a coastal city, Calabar being a coastal city, they can all be developing differently in terms of tourism. So what is it that Calabar is looking from Lagos? If we are really sincere that what we want to do was for the betterment of the country. The best thing, if you are sincere, if they are sincere about development, is to make sure that Calabar port is at par with the Lagos ports, so that those who are in the eastern part of Nigeria should be importing goods from there. Those who are in western part of Nigeria should be importing from Lagos. Those who are in the eastern part of Nigeria can be importing from Port Harcourt. Those who prefer to import from Sapele, from Warri, they do it effectively. That's how to do these things if you are sincere. But they are not sincere. They are not sincere. They don't care about the development of the country. All they care is all for their own selfish interests. That's the truth. I'm shocked that even Mori Bruce, a man of common sense, did not understand that what he said recently, that is video that is on his Twitter handle, does not make common sense. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.